end of the year could go. The Pac-12 could cannibalize itself still at this point. At the beginning of the season, everybody's talking about how great the Pac-12 is. If they cannibalize themselves here at the end, are they still going to be complimenting the Pac-12 whenever there's 2-3 losses on a lot of those teams? Or are they going to remember, like, yeah, good.
Obviously, that's what Bowman is at SEC championship. I think my answer that feedback potentially when I thought.
Yeah, I think so. Good catch. Good catch.
Yeah.
Good catch. Right,
yeah. Ice looking problem. Here, you want the Tony Bengals? Yeah, there it is.
So what'd you say, pal? You
said Georgia has Ole Miss, Tennessee, and then the SEC championship. So if they win those games, they're going to be able to play. Then Michigan has Penn State and Ohio State. They win those games, they're going to be 1-2. So like if those are the people complaining, it doesn't matter right now. And that's kind of what we said.
Yeah, I think McElroy's pissed
off about
Alabama being behind a couple people, and if we're doing eye tests right now, Alabama's much better than whenever Texas beat them.
Yeah.
And then now we're talking about Texas lose to Oklahoma. We see what Oklahoma's done now. It's there's a lot of conversation. I don't envy any of the positions, but I'm pumped that we're kind of coming into a hot stretch for college football. Let's get back to the NFL. We have two legends with us. 9-year NFL vet, host of Man to Man podcast and everything DB yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, Derek D. Butler. Shout out to you, D. Butch, and 12-year NFL veteran, Super Bowl champion, player coach, ladies and gentlemen, AQ Shipley, who was Boston Connor's mom's favorite guy on the show. We learned right before that. Hey, Penn State could have a big weekend here with Michigan coming to town at noon game. Penn State wins this game. Wow. Whoa. That'd be a game changer, AQ.
Well, the interesting thing is, if Penn State wins this game and Michigan beats Ohio State, what happens? What happens?
Well, and also...
Because they all got one loss, right?
Yes, and they all kind of A, B, C, did the whole thing.
So then it comes to Iowa, Wisconsin.
No, Iowa. Oh, so they come down to Iowa and they'd probably be the Big Ten champs.
What's up, Benjo?
Hey, the Big Ten, wow, that'd be crazy if Iowa ended up in the Big Ten football or in the college football playoff. I would really enjoy to see the stats on how they are by far the worst team to ever be put in that position of all time in football-wise. But the Big Ten is just kind of one part of the story. I mean, the SEC's got a lot to figure out. The ACC, Florida State, if they win it all, if they somehow stumble, which I'm not saying they're going to, with how great they've been, eye test is going to have to help them because they kill people, but the ACC not that strong. Then you think about the Pac-12, it's a bananas time.
You're going to get Oregon, Washington back at the Pac-12 championship.
So there's another loss coming to one of them.
One of them.
Yeah.
And now, Washington, if they avenge the loss that they had early in the season, it's crazy.
It is.
Wild stuff.
Only 4 spots. I don't know how it's not until next year that it's 12 teams. Like, how is this not getting in? Nick Saban told us, who we will talk to tomorrow, basically they were trying to save like the bowl season. So we're only doing 4 because it won't take away from all the other bowls. The bowls still matter. The bowls still matter.
Do they?
The bowls still matter. That was what the decision they made.
Do they?
Now you're asking that question. You're asking that question. You're not the only one. Everybody's wondering. Okay, we won 6 games. We're celebrating, and we're going to hold back what a real playoff is for that sake there? I don't think so. So 12 games probably going to become, and probably going to become, and then we'll just work right into it. In the NIL transfer portal days, the college football playoff extended days will be electrifying. And all the people that hate it right now are just scared of what could potentially become, and I understand it, and you love tradition and history. I don't think we're going to lose a lot of that. I think we're actually setting up for more of that type of stuff to potentially either be built or to happen. Because like Bedlam, Oklahoma State, there has to be a financial thing that comes alongside that to both of those programs. With how big it is. I assume they're going to get back into it. That's a damn shame that we're losing that particular game in this whole realignment with Oklahoma going to the SEC. But it's like I feel like all the decisions being made around money.
How you guys doing?
Good. All these games are good money. So I think inevitably it'll all get figured out. I think the future of college football is going to be good.
Like we lost W a bit for a little bit after the Big East went away, but then they made the right decision and brought it back. I hope the same thing happens.
Yeah, I hope so too. Oklahoma State's cool thing never happened again.
Yeah, they get the trophy.
All right, let's talk about NFL football here. Darius, did you happen to hear what AQ said before we went live today?
About?
He was talking about the NFL run game around the NFL, which is absolute crap. Is that what you were saying, AQ? Because you sent me a text late night Sunday.
Really?
Late night, it'll be early our time, I guess, Monday. He's over there in the desert. He sent me a text and said, worst rushing Sunday in the history of the NFL. Why'd you say that? And what does that mean?
Man, I'm telling you, I've been watching this for 2 years now, pretty closely. And the biggest thing that I'm seeing is the lack of creativity this year. I think every coordinator is scared of pre-snap penalties. I think they're scared of all the motions and shifts, except for a few teams, right? Don't get me wrong. Obviously, Miami's still doing San Fran, right? The Lions, all the good running teams are still doing some good things. But for the majority of these teams, you are seeing just a lack of creativity and a lack of variety. You're seeing an inside zone leak, and you're seeing, here we go. This is a classic inside zone leak by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's going to get blown up because tight ends on the backside can't win. Okay, you get two. But that is what you are getting. You are getting that right there. And then you're also getting the classic duo play, which I think we might have teed up. Here we go. This is the Jets Monday night classic duo play. We talk about it all the time. But defenses are so good. We've talked about this a bunch, Darius, AJ, everybody's talked about this. Defenses are getting so good. Offensive lines are lacking right now. And then what you get is the bounce, and then watch the flag come in right there. Because anytime you get a duo play, it's meant to hit in the A gap. Power without the pull. That's what the play is. And when it's meant to hit in the A gap and it's stuffed, like it is always on defense, then it bounces, and everybo's trying to seal their guy, this guy, and then they play over the top, and you get a holding ball.
Oh, so all those holes that we see are potentially, like, we know it's coming. You guys know it's coming.
I know it's coming.
Because for me, I think, big play.
Yeah.
Oh, these O-linemen just can't keep their hands inside. It's like, well, the play's not supposed to go that way. It's supposed to go this way. So whenever you're jousting with a 280 or 300-pound man, there's a chance he's going to know that your guy's going a different direction than you. So he pokes, he starts going, boom, you start holding. We got a penalty. That thing's going 10 yards the other way.
That's exactly right. And the other thing that we're also seeing is when you watch the college game, this is all trickling into the NFL. The college game, all they run is the inside zone lead. And then they run the play action off of it. Now it's starting to trickle into the NFL. So you're seeing this lack of variety. And all you're seeing
this Tom Brady said this about. He said football's getting too simple. It's getting too easy. You're even thinking that in the run game, it's getting too easy.
100%. And you're losing the motions and the shifts because you can't process it. Now we can't process it. So let's get everybody started. We don't want anybody making pre-snap things because when you get shifts and motions, what also happens? The defense moves. Right. When the defense moves, we don't know what spots to go to. So now all this stuff we're not processing, and now
it's professional football.
I don't know what's happening.
It's professional.
I don't like it. What the hell?
Joining us now is a man who is a great professional football player for a long time.
Man.
He's in the Houston Texans Ring of Honor. There's only 3 people in there.
Wow.
He's one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, guy works on CBS Sunday kickoff show every once in a while. Incredibly handsome, very tall, game record. Was just in Pittsburgh for TJ Watt's game this past weekend. JJ. How you doing, bub?
I'm great. How you doing?
Hey, I see the hat on still. That means we got good things happening. Hold on, before we dive in, Gumpy, would you like to give us a Burnley update here before the owner has a chance to really say anything, Gump?
Tough match this weekend against Arsenal, JJ. Best of luck, my friend.
Okay, so we got Arsenal this weekend. I like that. We're playing with the big boys.
Let's go.
We're playing with the big boys. How do we feel about Burnley, and what is the state of the union here?
Yeah, I will give a State of the Union. That sounds great because there's no doubt about it, it's been a rocky start to this campaign for us. It has not gone the way that we've wanted it to go. But you don't get involved in something like this to only be there for the shitty or for the good times. You're also there for the shitty times, and you're also there when you got to work through some stuff. And we are very early into a brand new Premier League season. So I am optimistic about where we're going. Are there things we need to fix? Absolutely. But I am optimistic. Vince is a very, very smart manager. We've got a system that takes a little time to learn. We've got new guys learning that system. So I remain optimistic. The hat stays on the head. We go again.
Hell yeah. Let's go, Burnley.
Here we go, Burnley.
Let's go, Burnley. Woo. Yeah, Dumpy with your negativity. Don't you worry. We've got a lot of season left.
I wasn't calling for the coach's job. That wasn't me.
Yeah, that was me.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. Jeez Louise.
Just seeing if, we could maybe let a fire under the boys' asses. But that State of the Union, I'm back. I'm back on Burnley's side here. I'm ready to, wet sails and get going. I know that's not exactly Premier League.
Up the clearance, JJ. Up the clearance, JJ. Let's go, boys.
Let's act like you've been on board the whole time.
All right.
I got to gotta say, AQ looks jacked today. I don't know what he took or what it is, but he looked jacked today.
What he took?
Steroids.
What are you saying? That says you're on stuff.
Oh man.
Hey, he's down a bunch. What did you? What were you? What are you?
I'm 247. Was the heaviest 320 in my
It's all in the biceps and traps, baby. It's all in the biceps and traps.
And calves. You should see this dude's calves, bro.
I have. I mean, it's what you want out of a calf.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Are you back in Arizona? I see the jersey repping. Shout out Pat.
I am. Shout out Pat. His birthday would have been 2 days ago. 47 years old. So
Rest in peace, legend.
I am. Rest in peace. I am back in Arizona. I had a phenomenal weekend in Pittsburgh. I mean, I know you boys know all about it. It was a great week. The weather was perfect. I mean, we had colorama in the trees. We had crisp fall air. We had Steelers football. We were slinging some discs. It was great.
Okay, so is this your first time really getting out there to hang out during a game weekend, or what made this one different than maybe times? Yeah, hey, not great, but
Top twirl.
not bad, not
They
bad.
caught me at a bad time. I had a good twirl at the beginning, and then I really lost it. I tried to bring in some extra energy, and I lost the momentum of the spin. The physics of it didn't work very well. But yes, this was my first time as like a true fan. I mean, I've played there, obviously. I watched TJ a couple weeks ago in Houston, but this is my first time just attending Heinz Field as a fan, and man, it was cool. It was really cool to see that organization, to see TJ, to be there for it all. It's a special place. It's a very, very special place. I will say that it's probably the highest percentage of jerseys I've ever seen in a stadium atmosphere. Those people will wear some jerseys, and you'll see Jack Lambert, you'll see Troy Polamalu, you'll see guys from every era. It's pretty awesome.
Troy Bowman is everywhere because he was everywhere, especially places he wasn't supposed to be at certain times where dreams are supposed to come through. But yes, very much a Pittsburgh town over there. That's why if you get introduced last there, it's a massive ordeal. We learned, I guess, moments before the game that Tomlin picks who's getting introduced each week. It's on an alternating thing. Pick the defense. And when TJ comes out last, hey, that's going to be a very proud moment there. But that whole city going.
He's not last.
What?
Not last. No, second last.
That's just because.
Cam, because Cam came back. Cam hit.
Yeah, no, Cam goes last. Yeah, legend. Cam's a legend.
We agree. I don't know. When I was there,
You've been there when TJ's done last.
yeah, TJ came out whenever we were there. They were playing the Bills.
Bills.
And Duck Hodges was.
Yep, slinging the bill.
Cam is a legend. Yeah, Cam's a legend. Dad a legend. Cam is an absolute beast. It was his first game back too off of injury. But when you see your brother come out there and you see all the theatrics and everything that takes place during that game, you get the juices flowing a little bit. You think, yeah, you know what? Maybe I will play for the Steelers. Is that what you started thinking of?
Ooh. I mean, I will say that Sunday when we were at his house and he was getting ready for the game, he comes home from the team hotel night game, or I guess Thursday. So Thursday he comes home from the hotel and he's getting ready for the game. He's getting dressed. He's putting on his music. He's got his coffee, and as the music starts going and it gets closer and closer, he's getting ready to leave, and we start talking about the pregame. Like, that was truly the first time where I was like, man, I wish I was doing this right now.
Oh.
Like, I do wish, like, for that moment, I was like, I do wish that I was getting ready for a game. And just that feeling, that adrenaline, and being able to see it, feel it in the house. It was the first time that I actually had that.
Oh yeah, how'd the wife and how'd the family think about it? JJ, look at this. Oh, it was a little bit different. You saw
Well, then after the game, when we're driving home, and he's talking about, my finger hurts, my wrist hurts, my heel hurts. I was like, oh yeah, that's why I don't do it. Yeah, there's plenty of reasons why. But then I went in the next day and I worked out in the facility, and it's a great spot. Being around, some of those guys and the strength coaches, and just kind of that atmosphere inside of a building, I mean, there's nothing like that camaraderie, that chemistry, that feeling of being in a building. So it was fun. I enjoyed it out there. I had a great time.
Did you stop by the training room? Maybe they test out your knees or physical?
I put on a show in the squat rack. Don't worry, they don't need to test them. They know what they look like.
Oh, they knew the deal. This guy went on a recruiting visit. Wow. Got a towel. Got lifting. Did you get to eat there? How was the food?
I did not eat there. No, I didn't. I had a protein shake after the lift. No, I didn't eat.
I would imagine the food's pretty good because I've eaten a lot of food in Pittsburgh. A lot of good food in the Borough.
Oh yeah, what you get to enjoy? I saw the Permanis folks tweeted you and said,
Yeah.
"Watching AJ."
Yeah, we had some chocolate covered pretzels, which I love. We had
Serious?
I had so many syrups, but I never know how to say it. I don't want to insult anybody.
I saw you apologize for calling them pierogies too. Yeah, you can say pierogies.
Yeah, I mean,
Some guys
since
say,
when are we like?
Yeah.
Yeah, some guy was like, "What pierogi is plural? Don't add an S."
Yeah, I saw that person. I'm like, I grew up right down the street from Rosie's Pierogies. Was she not Polish? You tell me. I don't know. Yeah, so I thought you apologized. That guy was very kind of you, but I almost came in and was like, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
That ain't what you just said wasn't right. So you had some Sarah's pretzels.
Yeah, we went to like a pumpkin farm place. You know, we got a bunch of like pumpkin pie. We got a bunch of apple cider donuts. Big fan of apple cider donuts. Huge fan. I had a shitload of tater tots. I am talking like a shitload of tater tots. It was great, man. It was really good. We had a good time. We went. And, we were sitting around on Saturday watching college football, and this is one of the things I love about PJ is we're sitting there watching the games, and he was like, you know what? Like, we're probably not going to remember someday who won the Texas-Kansas State game. Let's go out and make some memories that we will remember. So he literally like DoorDashed some discs for disc golf, and we've never played disc golf.
What's up, Justin?
We've never done it. And so we went out for a couple hours.
How you doing, buddy?
We played disc golf in the woods. It was fun.
Hey, the photos look sick. I mean, you look like you're in a full. You said you never played before. Are you guys big frisbee guys, big hippies out there in Wisconsin, throwing those things back and forth?
No, nope, never, nothing. Haven't done any of it. Probably explains why I shot like 15 over. But it's a blast and it's a lot of fun. It's also a very sneaky good workout. Pittsburgh, extremely hilly town. A lot of hills.
Yeah, that's why.
A lot of dangerous roads. The roads are crazy.
Yeah, you got imagine driving stick shift there. Imagine that.
No.
We're on a hill like this, and then there's a road here, and then also this side doesn't stop. So good luck.
Yeah, like there's stop signs. There's stop signs that it only applies if you're turning left. If you're turning like you don't have to stop if you're going this way, but you do have to stop. And then this road might merge in at the exact same time. And also, we have this thing called the Pittsburgh left, where the first car just gets to scream on past everybody. But I hope you know that, because if you don't...
Well, and also the last part, too. Pittsburgh left is also first car. As soon as it turns green, we're going in front of you. And then also, once it turns red, 3 of us are also sneaking through there because we don't know where we have to go. Pittsburgh's a beautiful place. I'm happy you got to experience it. I hope more people will get a chance to travel out there. I don't know if you're going to get treated like J.J. Watt, but you at least have a blast. Good people over there. Let's talk about some bad people. How about these people just taking money out of these NFL guys' pockets for football plays, JJ? I've seen you've been tweeting about it. Now, there's some things that JJ loves. JJ loves a good uniform combination.
Of course.
Loves a good uniform combination. But also likes calling out the bullshit that happens whenever maybe they're taking money out of a guy's pocket for a standard football play. Why are you taking a stand about this? Because you are JJ Watt, so you're going to be heard. And why do you think this continues to happen in football?
I'm just sick of it. Like, I've been on the other end of these fines. I've gotten some of these fines, and there's some of them that have been legit. There's no doubt about it. I mean, there's definitely plays that legitimately I understand why they're fining and why we're trying to get some of those things out of the game. But what's happening now, these plays that we're fining guys for, and we're taking tens of thousands of dollars out of their pockets because of routine football plays, things that happen throughout the course of the game, it is mind-blowing to me. And I know that these guys can't really say anything because if they speak up now, they're going to get fined for speaking up about it. But it's
$50,000 for that.
Really
Sure. $50,000.
And when you have to run the playback 10 times to figure out which guy even got fined, like which guy, like what are we doing here, man? And these guys are getting fined. And yes, I get it. Make a ton of money. Don't complain. Don't say anything. Right here. What do you want a running back to do? Like literally, what do you want a running back to do? And now we're going to take away $10,000 from them. It is annoying. It is frustrating, and obviously there's got to be a reason behind it. Either there's posturing for the next CBA so that they can say, okay, if you want to take those fines away, give us this, or it's they want people to say we want this game to be more violent, so they want to be able to say, hey, we tried to stop the violence, we tried to stop the CT, we tried to stop this, but you guys said you didn't like that. So I don't know what the reasoning is behind it or why it's kicking up all of a sudden, but it is out of control this year, and we have to say something about it. It's nuts.
Yeah, it is. The whole thought of them full power, by the way. With the last CBA, they have full power to do everything. That is judge, jury, executioner.
What's everyone doing?
There in ways I don't know if the NFL Players Union might have understood or seen coming like this. I do appreciate them potentially doing this to make it something that's so terrible that then they can say, we'll give this up in the negotiation. So let's build up something that's terrible. And then we can just be like, yeah, look at us. We're heroes. We'll give that whole thing up. Also, we need 18th game, and we need this as well, and we need that. It is crazy that is potentially what's happening here behind the scenes of playing a little chess.
Yeah, there's a lot of that type of chess that goes on, and the owners act like they care a lot about certain things, so that then when they give those things up, all of a sudden it's like, and then guess what? We don't get back, like percentages and guarantees and things like that. So it's all a chess game, man. And the hardest part about the CBA negotiations with the NFL as compared to other sports is that the average length of career in the NFL is 3 years. And I was a young guy once. I know exactly how that feels. I know you just want to play. You're like, sign whatever CBA you want. I don't care. I want to play football. That's what happens when you're young. And then as you get deeper into the game, you start to understand, like, oh, there's much, much more to this. And this is a much deeper and a much bigger business than I understood. And you try to pass that knowledge along to the young guys, but they don't want to listen because they think you've already made your money and you're safe. So why would I listen to you? I'm trying to make my money. It's a big thing, man. It's crazy.
It's hard to be told something that you have to experience too. You know, like when you're young, lucky to be here, thankful to be here. Let's play ball. Then you get jaded by business. You're like, oh, this is what all the old guys are talking about. This is that bullshit that everybody's talking about. And then you tell a young guy, and they're like, well, that's not going to happen to me. Like, no, of course not. Not you.
Never.
Not you.
You have those NFL meetings, like the rep will come in, and there'll be like 10 guys in the room, and you're like, guys, you need to listen to this. But I mean, I was the same way. You're like, just get me out of here as fast as possible. Let me go home. Let me relax. And then later in your career, you're like, guys, please come in. Yes.
We're not diving into the NFLPA right now. I don't want to do that. I think both these sides are certainly could do better business. But the NFLPA choosing, we're going to do this on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. Okay, so after your entire day, after practice meetings, here's the NFLPA meeting. Now, you guys should all listen to it. At the end, we're going to ask if anybody has any questions. And that'll be about 7:30 p.m. on a Wednesday, week 15. So if you have any questions, go ahead and fire away. Anybody have any? Shut up! No question at all.
I went through a stretch where you vote for the PA rep every year for your team. There was a stretch of like 5 or 6 years in a row where whoever was a PA rep, that guy was gone the next year. Like, it was a wild situation. So then guys started not wanting to be the PA rep. It was a
never want to do that. Anyways, let's move along. I appreciate you bringing attention to this because you're JJ Watt, so maybe there'll be a little bit of change. Guy lost $100,000 in one game for 2 hits.
Ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
What we do?
And then that one was only like $9,847 in comparison to a $90,000 fine. Not that big, but then you see when he lowered his shoulder and hit somebody. It's like, guy loses $10,000 for that. Like, what? 10,000 American dollars are gone because of that. I don't get it either. I'm appreciative of you bringing it up. Ty has a question for you, JJ.
Yeah, JJ, this weekend, I mean, everyone's kind of been talking about it. He's been unbelievable, but CJ Stroud kind of just setting the entire league on fire. Obviously, you're not living there anymore, but how realistic is it that Houston either makes the playoffs this year or actually kind of goes on a run? I think it's safe to say that they're firmly in a Super Bowl window now with how good he is. And no disrespect to any of the guys that you played with, but how pissed are you that this guy wasn't your quarterback while you were at Houston?
Oh, man, it is so much fun to watch. And the most exciting thing for me is to watch how he's got this city rallying again, how he's got this fan base excited and invigorated, because it is a great fan base. And I love to see that they have something to cheer for and something to be excited about. And like I've said every time I come on here, not only is it the way he's playing, not only is it the way he's spreading the ball around, I mean, putting up unbelievable stats, doing it all as a rookie, but he's also leading the right way. He's saying the right things. He's doing the right things. He FaceTimed me from the Children's Hospital last week because there was a kid there that was a fan and wanted to say hi. Like, the guy is doing it the right way. Yeah, he is doing it the right way, and it's really cool to see. And it's a guy you can be proud of. It's a guy you want to root for. So we're very excited to have him, and we're very lucky to have him.
Okay, so it was Houston before the draft that came out and said, CJ Stroud's a dog.
He's an idiot.
CJ Stroud, make sure Carolina knows. Our test that we do, the
Yeah.
super duper 014 test, this guy is not going to be able to remember anything.
Fool.
You remember that?
Yeah.
That was being said about him.
Yeah.
And now we're watching him. 14 touch, 1 interception. Yeah, he knows what the defense is doing.
Yeah.
He is, his brain might be better than guys that are in their 4th or 5th year. That's like one of his weapons.
Yeah.
And then his arm,
This
JK.
clip,
Yeah, go ahead.
this clip is one of my favorite clips because he throws this game-winning touchdown with no time left, like throw the team down the field, and then immediately after he throws that touchdown, you know, some teams are going to go down, dogpile their guy, get so excited. He's cool. He's calm,
So,
collected. He's like, yeah, this is what we do. This is what we do. And then you look at D'Amico on the sideline, and D'Amico's like, yeah, this is what we do. Like, it's not crazy. It's not going nuts. It's like, yeah, we expect to win these games. And I think between those two guys and the rest of the roster they're building in the next, 2 or 3 years, if they do these off seasons right, a lot of free agents are going to want to come to Houston because of what they're building. They truly are about to open up a Super Bowl window here, and it's an exciting time.
I didn't even think about Houston being a destination. Texas, and also Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Yeah.
Sweet. You know what I mean? People do enjoy old H-Town.
Yes, they
How
do.
could you not? Hey, his arm. Hose.
Yeah, spin.
That thing's a hose, dude.
He's got such a quick release, too, man. He keeps it right tight.
Oh, like Dan
Such a
Marino.
quick release.
It's like Dan Marino.
Great, man.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, it's tough to sack, tough to get. I mean, the guy's throwing, what, 2 picks on the whole year? 1 pick on the whole
One.
year? I mean,
one pick.
yeah.
It's bananas. Another rookie made his debut right in front of you, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Also, as a whole, in this second start, the short week Thursday night football against the Steelers. What was your thoughts after seeing Will Levis live? I'm sure you talked to your brothers, some other guys that you run the facility about his performance. What's your thoughts on him going forward, now being named the starter down in Tennessee?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's earned that so far. I think that he's earned that opportunity. I mean, 2 weeks ago, put on an incredible performance, obviously. And then against the Steelers, I thought he put up a strong performance. It was a Thursday night game, quick turnaround after his first start. But the guy has a cannon. There's no doubt about that. He can throw the ball. And he does seem to have good command. He does seem to have the team behind him and the leadership to do it. So when you have Derrick Henry that you can hand it to, and you got some of those guys on their defensive side of the ball that can play as well. So he's in a good situation, and I do think that it's probably the right time, and it's also good in the back half of this year, even if it's not necessarily a playoff situation. It's good to see what you got the rest of the year with him, and it looks like he's got some promise.
Yeah. Got the Moxie, too. Came out with no helmet on, just a hat. I don't know if you saw it. Had a camouflage hat on while he was jogging out the tunnel in Pittsburgh. I was like, all right, this guy was feeling.
Love it.
Look at me. I'm ready for it.
I'm in one.
And after, hey, how was Renegade? How was it? Did you enjoy it?
It was great, man. But they gave up like a 15-yard pass the first play after it, and I was like, oh, we just wasted every single ounce of energy.
Which leads to
It's sweet.
Will Levis was in the end zone
Yeah.
after that happened, and I think it was like a 25-yard ball. He completed.
It was a
So he might have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might have.
yeah. You might,
Connor has.
I mean, it's cool though. Those lights go out, and you know what's happening like that. I mean,
Do you know
I
the
love
words?
When the team has, I know, hey mama, or oh mama.
Oh,
Hey, mama.
hey, mama.
Hey, mama. It's
Oh,
mama. Hey, that ain't that song, dude.
Oh mama. No, I don't know the words.
For my life from the long of the Lord. And that was when you were grabbing that terrible talent.
Oh yeah, I was waving the shit out of that thing. That's a long song. I also learned that long song. Arm was gassed.
They caught you
That's
dead.
why. Yeah, they caught me at the very end. I was dead. My arm was literally gone, and I knew the camera was coming at some point, so I had to keep swinging that thing. I couldn't put it down, otherwise I'd look like an idiot.
That's good self-awareness.
Yeah.
Yes, they are going to shoot me doing this right now. I don't know when the time is. I think they should pre-record those shots of the crowd.
Yeah.
But they had DeMar Hamlin right behind Chris,
Yeah.
Chris and Tarico.
Mhm.
And do we have to do that live? Can we not just get a shot of him maybe like 10 seconds before that where he's not picking his teeth?
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
cool shot. Like you get a good shot.
they put his ass right here.
Buried him, guys.
Right here.
They got me later in the game looking at the back of the box of SARS chocolates because I had 7 pretzels, and I was like, I literally told my wife, I said, babe, I gotta see, and it was 100 calories per pretzel, and I was like, oh, I'm fucked. Oh my god!
You're an embarrassment. You are an embarrassment. This is disgusting.
But I ate a lot of them,
Yes.
and they caught me on camera doing it.
Yeah, you're a pig. Obviously, you ate a lot of them.
Holy
Jeez.
hell.
Only one word. Well, there's a few words, but certainly one that comes up in conversation a lot. Yeah, Diggs.
Am I gonna have to pay that fine too? Like I paid the $5,000 last week. Are we doing the shot again today?
Winners to be announced, by the way, today. Congrats to everybody that wins JJ's money. Marquis has been updated. Thank you, JJ.
Shaka blind.
Hope you're happy. Okay? Hope you're happy.
I'm not. I'm really not. Last week I kind of was a little happy. This week I'm really.
There's old. Oh, this is back-to-back weeks. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
That's how much has happened since the last time you swore in this show, I guess. There's olds all around America. I gotta just say,
I know. I feel bad because my grandma texted me this morning too about the show, and I had to tell her to come on an hour earlier. I said, "Grandma, I'm on at 11:15 Central today, not 12:15." So I want to apologize, Grandma. You shouldn't have heard. You shouldn't have heard me say that. That was wrong, and I'm sorry.
Watch that mouth. That was so. Now.
Yep.
I don't even know where to go from here. I mean,
Get him out. Get him out.
I don't want to take it off the show. This is back-to-back weeks.
I know. Yeah. Sometimes you got to lay down the law, or else is it going to be 3 weeks in a row?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
I thought we
No,
learned from our mistakes.
Yeah. No, I mean, you make another shot, I'll pay more money.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what? I know you talked about it, but I want to hear it for myself. What happened with the sunburn or not sunburn at Alabama? I mean,
Yeah,
it
wasn't white balance.
Yeah.
It was preposterous. I tuned in and I was like, my guy looks like a toast of strudel out here.
Yeah, believe me, I didn't feel exactly how I looked on the camera, but also with the way the sun was hitting me and the screen, I couldn't see the screen. So I had not seen the television, what it looked like for, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. And then I got a text from like 5-6 people. They're like, just so in the airport I'm in, are you okay? I'm like, what is everybody? And I look down at the screen, I'm like, holy hell, man. Am I really that burnt? I did get a little burnt. But I think the camera was not white. I think it was white bounce on the crimson helmet.
Yeah, sure.
And then the crimson chair is behind me, and I just blended into the whole thing. I did have a sick, like, 1990s professional wrestler tan.
Oh, you did? Like Lex Luger, yeah.
I had a Ric Flair drip going on there. But, I've got a lot of people very concerned about my health. So, no text from you, though. So, thanks for
Yeah, no, sometimes I'm like, he's just annoying. So many people text me on the show. I'm not going to also.
If somebody's worried about my life and my well-being,
What's everyone doing?
Okay. Well, I will.
All right, JJ, 10 more people, $500. All you got to do is retweet this post, say something nice to somebody, and put the easiest way to pay you in the same exact response.
Is this a Dude Perfect channel? What is it?
I'm on hot. But every once in a while, bowl will fall. And when it happens, JJ's got to pay people. That's great news.
Unbelievable.
You have a 1,000 batting average right now. This is unbelievable. It can't be real. He's got to be fake. He's got to be pre-recorded.
Yeah, you're right. Who knows how long it's like? That's 20 people, $500.
Boom. Yeah.
Not 10 people. That's 20 people, $500. Thank you, JJ.
Good guy.
All right, hey, Connor has a that was awesome.
That was sweet.
A mid-interview giveaway from a guy that just cusses like a sailor all over ESPN.
Hold on, wait. Dude Perfect. Are those shots not real?
What?
What are you?
just
This is not
T-Bone.
it.
I'm just putting two and two together. I don't want my world.
This is the wrong
Serious? Because me and my kids, we watched that.
This guy's
JJ.
These are my fellow businessmen
Okay.
speaking about
All right,
here.
we can move on. I'm just putting.
what?
Yeah,
Darius, because he asked the question, he said, "Hey, is this a Dude Perfect channel?"
Yes,
Oh, that's-
because it was a perfect shot.
Yeah.
No,
There we go.
No.
That's all I can see.
Dude,
It's good.
it was perfect.
Boom.
20 people, $500 shot. The dollar and the boys down
We've
there.
seen it in person, Diva. It did not take 3 hours. It took one shot, okay?
And a lot of smoke and mirrors.
No smoke and mirrors.
Why?
That's disgusting. Okay, that's dude not perfect. What you just did back there. Okay, I watched Kyle.
Yeah. Problem.
Gump, who are you texting? Gump, who you texting back there?
Oh, jeez, JJ's watching. JJ's
Working
watching.
that dude,
Probably
JJ.
not.
I just tweeted out you swearing.
Sure.
Just tweeted out you swearing on the show again.
Oh no!
How about that, JJ? Up the clearance, JJ. Win a damn football game, JJ. Christ.
Allowed to say Christ, by the way, although people are not going to be happy about it.
Football to you.
Anyways,
Lord's name. That might be worse than the F1 to some people.
Not the FCC though. So that's on them. We learned a lot about them right there with that particular statement. But please, no reason.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Question.
No,
Con-
Tyler would never. Tyler would never.
Connor has a question for JJ.
I do, Jason, just to be fair to you, but they do not make it on the first round. Just to hammer that home, that is where I stand. Okay. Now, do I know that for a fact? No, but that is where I stand.
Okay. That was punditry.
That was punditry. That was opinionated. Shout out Ben Bowman.
Well, nobody
JJ.
thinks they make it on the first time every time, right? I mean, that would be false.
I thought they did too.
Yeah, all right.
Tyler is talented as they come.
I saw him first time. Ball in a hole.
And you punted one in for the strike.
From the concourse.
I did not punt one in first.
Was that? How long were you in that coffin with Peyton Manning? How long were you in that coffin?
I don't want to ruin all the movie magic, but 20, 30 minutes.
No way.
A lot of shots. I don't know how much of me talking in the coffin they use, but we got a lot of B-roll footage of me talking in that coffin. I mean, a good 15, 20 minutes worth of me just chit-chatting with myself in the middle of some wood, getting split in the back of my shoulder. It was great. It was a real blast. Did you watch that
Great
episode?
feature.
Did you watch it?
I haven't seen the whole thing. I saw the clips.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. In today's world, I struggle to find where things live, and I don't know exactly where that lives. So if you want to, I mean, I'm still waiting for you to show me.
Okay.
You're supposed to show me the Gary V card opening thing. I yet to see that.
What? We missed one yesterday. We missed one yesterday.
Some sports and Island, so your lives, man.
Halfway through Gary V's and said, "Hey, there's a breakdown."
They're snapping back.
I think so. Yeah.
Who won?
Gary beat them all.
The boss won again.
Everybody. The boss beat everybody.
Can't beat the boss, baby.
Anyways, let's get back to.
This show is awesome. I love this show. This is great.
Well, you're trying to ruin it every time you come in here.
Do you swear on CBS to go out there?
Yeah. Hey, Bill Connor, you know what? Why don't you go yourself? Is that what you say on CBS, or is it a little bit more respect over there? Jeez,
You're right. You're 100% right. I have no self-control when I come on here. I need to reel it in. I'm going to bring it back, and I apologize.
You should make fly fish too if you can do it. Or something with fly fish.
I've never done that. Have you done that?
No, I just seen photos and they always say yeah, right here.
It looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah, but I feel like fishing's relaxing. You're doing a lot of.
It's quick, yeah. You got to pull that sucker quick.
And then
Pretty much standard. Yeah, it's not long.
Dwayne Johnson loves jumpers.
on his lake down there in Virginia, his farm.
Yeah, but he doesn't use a rod. He just grabs them.
Well, I've been with before. That's not even crazy. I would go
That's
get.
called rock fishing.
What's that?
Really bad. Really bad, that joke.
So I got cold,
Really
big.
You felt so good about it. I mean, hey, it was good. We missed it.
Yes.
That's on us,
Yeah,
not on you.
yeah, no, it's
You're in
so good,
Arizona,
yeah.
we're in
So
Indiana.
good.
Yeah.
That's tough.
What are you gonna do? They're already
Nothing like cracking a joke and having somebody go, "What's that now?" Okay. Move on. Let's move on.
We will. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, geez, this has been terrible 5 minutes for JJ. But when you're thinking about playing for a Belichick disciple, which you have, and you have talked about how you and Bill O'Brien are close, and it's not as if the situation in Las Vegas relates any way to what happened in Houston. But Max Crosby and a lot of other people have been saying a lot of stuff, and Max had 3 sacks. He balled out. I know that is something that you saw, but what are some of the challenges that the Raiders might be facing or did face before with Josh McDaniels and your point of view that could have gone wrong, and also why are they so damn good now with Antonio Pearson? Is he just the greatest players coach that you've seen in recent memory?
Yeah, I think there is definitely. I mean, when you just kind of read the comments and see the interviews coming out of Vegas and the aftermath of having a coach fired, you kind of get a vibe there. And the players, I think, definitely know. Okay, let's say they got what they wanted per se. You better go out and ball that next game. You better go out and win the game. You better go out and kind of prove like, hey, we are great players. We can do this. And obviously, Max had a 3 sacks from those guys. Now it's a matter of sustaining that. It's kind of like that new energy. I saw they brought the Soul Train back. I saw they brought a bunch of that energy and excitement. There's a lot of that type of stuff that goes on where all of a sudden we're having fun again, which is awesome. And it is. There definitely is a moment of where you're like, we're having fun again. Now it's a matter of sustaining that. Now it's a matter of, okay, does the scheme actually hold up? Can we actually sustain this? Can we scout better? Can we coach better? Can we do these things to sustain that success? Because, you know, the music in the locker room or the basketball or those things, I mean, trust me, I've been in the locker rooms where we've done them all. Those things only last for
How
so
are
long.
you now?
Now it comes
How
down
are
to
you now?
actually, I lost a lot of money on a mini hoop one time.
No, not actual money. You're talking like M&M's, peanut M&M's and stuff.
Yeah, no, Monopoly. Yeah, no, nobody plays with you.
Real money. No, of course.
To me,
Real
it's
money.
illegal.
But you were shooting or somebody else was?
It was a 1-to-1. You know, you shoot, I shoot, you shoot, I shoot. It was fun. Man. That's the stuff that you miss. Like in the locker room, shooting hoops, or like, you know, we had one time in the Houston Texas locker room. We took garbage cans. We had a big open locker room. We put one at each end of the locker room. We played 5-on-5 basketball. It was awesome. The whole place got into it. Somebody would dunk, and it would just be mayhem. It was those memories are good times. Man.
Yeah, I agree. And you need that. I think it's good for the team. You know, anytime the team is spending time with each other and having a good time, that's only good for everything else. So whenever teams try to get rid of it, I'm like, well, you don't want boys to hang.
No, when they like take the ping pong table out of it, they're like, get that out of there. You're not focused. I'm like, yeah, newsflash. We're not watching film 24 hours a day. Like a lot of coaches do, we don't want you rushing out of the building. Well, why do we rush out of the building? Because we're not allowed to do anything. Like we want to hang out. We want to do it. There used to be like players lounges with like an Xbox or PlayStation in it. Like I don't care if the guy's staying in the building till 7 p.m. and playing PlayStation. If the day is done and he's hanging out with his teammates, like there's nothing wrong with that. The more you hang out, the better it is for your team. I can't stand when people like get the basketball hoop out of the locker room. That's what do you think we talk about in our off time? That makes us closer.
I agree. And then they got rid of playing cards, dice.
When did they get rid of that?
Well, whenever old buddy walked in the locker room with a gun.
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah. Well, that was it. To be fair, that is a lie, and we probably shouldn't have crossed.
We're like, hey, Gilbert, hey, you know what you did is, you know, kind of ruining what we got going on over here.
If I had to put that, that's probably one game back to Cleveland. That's Blu-ray. You start bringing duffel bags into locker rooms, it's usually connected. One game.
Whenever you start negotiating else, I'll give you a watch. Okay, it's a really good watch, and I'll give you a couple other things. Instead, deal. I'm gonna need another watch. Deal. We are good. Blu-ray is problematic.
Oh yeah. Blu-ray is legendary, man. I mean,
they're still playing it. They're still playing. We talked to somebody, I forget who it was. I thought that game would have died with this next generation, honestly, because this next generation seems to be much smarter than we are. That game is not a game that you should be playing. I mean, there is zero skill involved, and you could lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, that's real. That is a real thing that can happen.
Oh, it is incredible. And I had never heard of it, never had any. In my rookie year, I went in, and one of my fellow rookies, an undrafted guy, he hopped into a game, and all of a sudden, real quick, it was 13 G's down. And I was like, you're undrafted. I was like, what the hell's going on, man?
Buddy, that's going to be 26K. Yeah. Quick. Like, next year. That is going to go real fast. Yeah, I played cards. Some of the older guys hosted a poker game every single week. They heard I played cards. They invited me in my rookie year. I think they were going to try to take me. I get cards. Everybody's seen the way my life goes here. That is kind of how it all works out. I'm very thankful for that. So then the next week, I learned a Blu-ray on the away game, and I'm going to sit down with a couple guys from the poker game. I'm like, hey, this is not cards. Like, cards are involved, but this is dice. This is not a card game at all. I'm like, thank you. So then I started watching it, and I heard some numbers being said. And I'm like, how much? They're 47,000. There's 47,000. Yeah, and it might get up to 94,000 too if somebody hits you. I'm like, what, dude? Thank God. Yeah, I was not a big Blu-ray player.
And it becomes like it's not real. Like you're like